Alright, it's Pink Fashion Ninja here again. And before I start out with this 질문있어요, have you guys seen Chris Brown's new video? Oh my gosh. I think it's called like Strip featuring like Kevin McCall. You guys need to check out that video. Like I still listen to American music. I actually listen to American music a lot more now than I did when I was in America. Like when I was in America I was like, totally K-pop, that's all I want to listen to is K-pop. I don't care about anybody else. But I've been so loving Rihanna's music. Like I've absolutely never been a fan of her, but her music is awesome. Like I'm jamming like birthday cake. You want to blow the candles out? Cake, 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 cake. Like you, girl, that's what I'm talking about. And she got cockiness. That song too nasty to sing. But anyway, speaking of Rihanna, I have a really funny story. The stuff I'm going to answer today. So yeah, check out Chris Brown's new joint. Like now I'm out here, I've been listening to a lot more American music. I don't know why. I mean, I still love my K-pop and it's awesome. But yeah, I've always been a fan of Chris Brown. I really like Chris Brown. All right, we're gonna start. I'm gonna answer two people's questions today because they're about teaching. So the first one is from Smart American One. Hey girl, and the question is. What is it like teaching high school students? Is it easier, more challenge? And did I choose high school compared to middle and elementary school? Well, number one, I teach in a hagwon, which is like a private academy. Just think like, let's say you go to school and you're studying like Latin or French or Spanish, and you go to like an academy after school for a couple of hours to help you in learning your Latin. I took Latin, so that's what I'm saying Latin, Latin or Spanish. And it's just like a 40-50 minute academy that you go to every day to help you. Well, out here, that's just a part of the education system. You go to school till like they get at like 1 or 2 o'clock, and you have like 5 or 6 different hagwons, private schools that you go to all the way from like 9 a.m. all the way to like 10 p.m. at night. Most of the kids don't get out till late. And then when they get home, they have to study. And then they stay up till like 3 in the morning playing online video games. I caught some of y'all. But anyway, so I have all different types of ages and English levels. Like I have some high school students whose English is barely more than like a little child's. Like they really don't know. Some of them can read a little bit, but hearing is absolutely like some of them. I just started teaching this class, and they had never ever had a foreign teacher before, and I'm just looking like, how am I supposed to teach these kids when they don't even understand me? Like the Korean teacher has to come in. Like we haven't got our books yet for the class, but she has to come in like translate for them when I tell them to introduce themselves because they don't understand me. And I'm like, why am I their first like a foreign teacher? It's a little weird, and it's very difficult when you want to teach a class, you want to help them, but they don't understand. But I do have older high school students that could understand English completely. They are perfect. Some of them like it and want to progress more, and then the others are like, oh, I know English, okay, I really don't care, I want to play on my iPad and my phone. Like some I can totally have conversations with and crack. Oh, we always cracking on each other, and they're like making fun of me because I like rain. And one of my boys loves Kata, and I'm like, whatever. He was like, well, Rain don't know you. I was like, you know what? Kata don't know you. So I can like goof around with them a lot. So I really like teaching high school students that can hear and understand English, because it's way more easier because you can just interact with them a lot better. I get to give like the kids English names and one class I gave them all Spanish names: Alejandro, Fernando, Pedro, Roberto, I think Renardo, Alessandra or something. Anyway, I gave him all Spanish names. One boy, I named him Barack Jr. because he's so freaking smart. Also, I'd say he's gonna be the next president of Korea. And I was like, remember Miss A. They call me Miss A because I was like, don't call me teacher. Like, this so boring. Call me Miss A. But I was like, you're gonna be the next president of Korea, so we're gonna make sure you're on the right track. So I joke around with the high school students more, and I even had one of them who's like, teacher, Miss A, I want to know all the American cuss words. I said, excuse me, I am not trying to get fired and deported, boy. He was like, well, I already know, beep, 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 beep. I was like, well, you already know all of them. Why are you asking me? And then I was like, after class, teach me the Korean words. But I'm not trying to get fired. But so I don't just teach high school students. I teach elementary, middle, and high school. It's 50-minute classes, and I just teach all these different age groups. So I get to experience all different ages. And anyway, I was talking about some high school kids are older and they don't understand English. Well, I got a little girl. She's her name's Emily. Oh, she's so small. She's like 10, 8. She's probably like 8. I give her a book and she just like flies through it when she's not crawling under the table or coloring on the board or like drawing pictures of me. When I'm able to calm her down and her and her brother aren't fighting, she's really, really smart. Now, she never speaks in English, but she does all her work. Like, she understands what I say, and she's only like 8 years old. But then I have high school students who don't even understand when I say, what's your name? So I prefer either really young students or students who barely know any English, because I find that they're way better behaved in acting and they actually want to learn. Like, I feel like a lot of Korean kids feel like, oh, I already know this, so all they do is play and then act a fool in the class, when it's like, yo, your parents are paying a hell of a lot of money for you to go to here. You need to learn. Like, I'm trying to teach you and you're crawling under the table and you're yelling out, calling me Shiki Hada and telling me to shut up. You need to do your damn book. But so I prefer either high school students that are excellent English, know it, and I can joke around, have conversations with them and teach them more, or either really young kids who want to learn and are really focused on learning. Because I have 2 kids I just got. They're like maybe elementary, 3rd grade elementary, and they are attentive. They listen to me. I mean, they're excellent because they really don't know any English and they really, really, really want to learn. And I'm able to like use Konglish on the board and like top. They couldn't pronounce the word top, so I spelled it out in Hangul, Konglish. I was like ta upa, top, ta upa. Like the Korean letters is always on a word like sticker. So, and they understand it, and I have so much more fun when I'm able to teach from scratch. Children that are from scratch, like they know the ABCs, but they always get mixed up with elemental P. The boy, I said it was the boy I just got. He was like, I was like, do the alphabet, and he was like, A B C D E F G J K L J K NYZ. I was like, hold up, you skipped elemental P. Most of the, like, a lot of the kids don't know elemental P because it goes so fast, and I don't understand why we say elemental P so fast. So anyway, that's what I prefer when teaching. The next question comes from I'm your fangirl, and I actually already like answered your question typed, but I wanted to like expand on it a little bit more. Are there any questions your Korean students ask about America? Yes. When I wrote to you, I said that I had a student. We were talking about the Army, and I was asking him, because he's a high school boy, how do you feel about the 2-year mandatory service in Korea? What are your thoughts on it? And we were talking about it, and it's really some interesting stuff, especially his opinion on the Korean education system. My mouth just dropped. I was like, oh wow. Ooh, okay. Ooh, you think you need to go right to your local senator? Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah. So, are there any questions? So, we were talking about Army, and he was like, I saw a list where America was number 1 and Korea was number 7, and it was like another list, Korea was number 4, and he was like, and America was number one. America's always number one. And I was just kind of like, oh, I was like, okay. I was like, oh, don't make me blush. America's awesome. It's so awesome. But I was just like, yeah, I love Korea. Woo! Aja fighting. Aja fighting. That's all I could do after that. But anyway, I had another thing. This is the funny Rihanna thing. I have a student named Diane. She's so sweet. I love her. She always comes. Her and Jenny always come and check. Her friend Jenny come and check on me every day. Her dad went to Europe and bought her some American CDs. He bought her Keisha, and it's Keisha, whatever. Rihanna and Lady Gaga CD. Well, she doesn't understand English barely at all. Like, writing it down, okay, but speaking, she really, really, really does not understand. So sometimes it can be like difficult. I always have to like translate on my phone to try to explain things to her. Well, they were like, oh, let's hear the songs on your phone. I was like, okay. So I was showing them K-pop songs. It was like, well, what American songs do you like? So I was like, I was flipping through songs, and I had Rihanna's SM on my phone. And she was like, SM, I love that song. I said, oh, what are you doing listening to that song? She was like, teacher, I don't understand. We don't understand. I said, girl, that's a bad song. That's a really bad song. And she said, what's it about? She was like, is it man and woman, man and... I was like, yes, really bad, naughty man and woman. She was like, oh, but me don't understand. I was like, but you, girl, no. And then she asked if kids in America, she said, do American kids listen to that? I said, American kids is bad. You got 11-year-olds doing S&M, okay? She was like, oh. I was like, girl, American kids is bad. I was like, they're like 11, 12 years old. They listen to all kinds of adult music. I said, girl, no, you gotta stay innocent. You don't even know nothing about that. But she was shocked to hear that kids in America listen to that song. I was like, girl, you go to America, you're gonna be really shocked. It's a wild thing in America, but I wouldn't want to be anything else other than American. So yeah, home of the brave, home of the free. Peace.